everyone, welcome to Anyone Can Travel. Today we are visiting Antelope Island, and Antelope Island is about an hour from downtown Salt Lake City, and it is technically an island in the Great Salt Lake. During low season with the water on the Great Salt Lake being low, it's kind of more of a peninsula, which is more what it is right now. We have two goals from this trip to Antelope Island though. One is to see bison, which we've already seen a few, but we are going to bike and hopefully find some baby bison. And second, we want to find out, can you swim in the Great Salt Lake? So stick around with us while we figure that out. Oh, that was a bike ride. We stopped at the visitor center first to ask the ranger what trail we should bike. We decided to do Mountain View Bike. It isn't super hilly, but it definitely has inclines and declines, and it's very narrow. So we actually ended up just biking on the street, and I ended up walking because it is hot. And it's not even like that's the summer, it's May and it's 75, and you definitely need to bring lots of water, lots of sunscreen, and lots of bug repellent because there's just these tiny little bugs everywhere. Some bugs are biting us. I don't know if it's the tiny ones or other ones. So some things to be aware of if you're going to bike, you know? You could honestly just drive. We drove down here to the historic Gar Ranch. That's where we've heard that the bison hang out a lot. We just caught them as they were kind of moving to a new spot. I don't know if it's really, you can see them on the camera because they're kind of far away, but they have their little babies with them and they just are so cute. It must be a bajillion degrees though because they're covered in all that fur, and it's only 75 and I am melting. So we're gonna bike back. I'm gonna walk bike back because I'm exhausted. So our tip, if you really wanna bike, you can bike. But if you just wanna see bison, I would drive.
I look into your eyes, I see we're out of time.
So you probably can't tell, but behind me there are two bison out on like the lake, and I asked the guide at the Fielding Gar Ranch, you know, hey, why were there some bison out there? And she said it's because the bugs don't like the salt, and so they roll around in the salt so that the bugs don't bother them, which is a pretty genius idea if that works. I would like to do that about now. She also said that the bugs go away when it's like 80 to 90 degrees. So if I think it's hot now, it may be a bad time because it's like kind of hot, 75, but you also have the bugs. But if you come when it's really hot, there's a lot less bugs, is what she said. So some interesting information that could be useful when planning a trip.
Yeah, I do remember tears and the laughter. How could we fall so fast?
So we biked back. I biked halfway. My brother biked all the way and came and picked me up in the car because he's the best and I am a wimp. You definitely don't need to bike back. You can drive. There's also another parking lot that's like halfway, so you could park a little bit closer if you did want to bike. I would not recommend biking it. It's just long, not super scenic, and you can see everything from the car if you wanted to. We are now at Bridger Beach. It is, the water level on the lake is really low and the water is pretty nasty. So I did get in. I did not necessarily I didn't swim necessarily. I wouldn't probably recommend it. The water is pretty nasty and it's very salty. So if you get any in your mouth or nose or eyes, it's gonna burn like crazy. It actually is burning my legs a little bit because I have a few scrapes and bumps from mountain biking today. It's interesting to come see, but not like a, oh, July, I'm gonna go swim at the Salt Lake I've heard that the water quality is better up north, so if you do want to give that a try, maybe up by the Spiral Jetty would be a better place to swim. We have, had a good visit. I loved seeing the bison and some of the antelope, so that was probably the best part. It's definitely worth a visit, but it's not going to be like a whole day thing. Maybe like a half-day trip would probably be enough, and I think kids and families would love it. There's lots of places to run around and animals to see, lots of bathrooms on the road, so it should be a really good place for families. Thanks for coming along with us on this little adventure to Antelope Island. Just as a little recap, I wouldn't recommend biking. It is hot and there are a million bugs. Your cars are probably a great way to see everything, see the bison, see the antelope, and stay cool and bug bite free. The Salt Lake is fun to see, but it's pretty gross. You can wade into it, but I really wouldn't recommend swimming. It's very salty. If you get salt on your eyes or your nose, it's not going to be fun. There are some coin-operated showers up at the area where you park. There's also a little restaurant. There looks like there was a free shower. I don't know if they open it only during certain times of the year, but it's covered right now. So it's a fun place to visit. I wouldn't necessarily drive all the way to Utah just to go to Antelope Island, but it's definitely a fun day, half-day visit. You can even camp here if you really wanted to. Starts at $30 a night, depending on what you would like at your campsite. And it's pretty fun. Not my favorite place we've ever been. The bugs and the heat kind of killed it a little bit, but I hope you have fun if you come and this information that we've shared has been useful. You can, like and subscribe so that you can follow along on all of our other adventures. We are Anyone Can Travel, and we try to help you travel more, whether that's near your home or far away around the world.
I look into your eyes, I see we're out of time.